bottle of it, and no effect.
I don't get it, man.
No effect. I could drive home.
You can hardly believe that. What, I don't get the point of it.
Yeah, I was drinking it thinking, like, what is the point in me drinking this? But I think it was just more like of a social thing. They're supping a wine, so I thought, well, I'll sup a wine. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling, though, knowing there's no alcohol
You're drinking
in it.
Whatever it is. It tastes like wine, but it's not doing what wine should.
I've only ever drank for effect, to be honest with you. I don't
honest,
see the need for drinking unless it's drink for effect. But
I don't overly enjoy getting drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I used to only ever drink to get effect.
I get raging heartburn. Heartburn puts us off. I can't.
I get bad heartburn.
I was up with my mates, right? So I had quite a big Christmas, a big Boxing Day. I think I'd done any on the 27th, and I was up with the boys on the 28th. I knew we were at the Indian bar in Scarborough for about 12 o'clock. My mate goes away and gets a tray of Jägermeister thinking he's Jock the Cock at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? Yeah. This boy, you can tell he was getting, he got let loose for the wife. His wife's pregnant, so he's
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 o'clock in the afternoon, comes back with a tray of Jägermeister, and I'm like, why? And then I'm at the bar at half 3. I'm at the bar at half 3 going, there you go, have that. I don't want to be drinking. I think it was
you must be off for drink now, mate. I mean, you should be full bore, sober as a judge, car keys at the ready, phone on the desk.
However, so I have decided I haven't had a drink since then. But we've got, so all the football boys are trying to get together for Conor McGregor's fight at the weekend.
Oh yeah.
So that's got to be my last hurrah.
But you better have an Uber driver ready, because I tell you what, you might think you want to be at the birth, right? But if you are at the birth pissed, you will get.
I know.
I can't even begin to tell you the amount of abuse you'll get for that.
She's got the baby.
It won't go down well.
It won't go down well.
But I've said that. I says, this is it though. This is right until he arrives. I'm off the bed.
And I'm going to tell you what she said. Fine. Yeah, we all know what fine means. We know what fine. Did she say fine?
What she says.
Oh, she went, that's all right. Yeah. You do what you want.
But you should have picked up. Fine. You should have picked up on the tone of voice.
Yeah, because none of that means it's fine.
What she's saying, but what she actually means will be completely different.
Yeah, if you come in to the birthday chamber when I'm having a baby,
but as long
and you're
pissed. I've been thinking about this. As long as I see the fight, and I maybe leave the pub about 5 o'clock, I think I'll still be all right.
I'll be all right. You could sober up.
You tell yourself that.
But here's the question though, right? Conor McGregor's fighting. Paris calls. Chris, baby's coming. You're like, it's only round 1.
Can you wait?
It's only another 5 minutes.
Can you just hold it in?
The fight's only got the last 25 minutes.
You're like, get yourself home. Then you'll be sure what she means.
I'll be right.
You'll be right.
She'll be right. Yeah. His first word's got to be aye. And she's like, no. I was like, aye.
I must admit, your English is more English than your English.
He's closer to England now, mate.
Aye. Well, I'm only
you're only half
throw
English.
A stone and hit English.
Maybe not even 18 miles away from the English border.
Oh, right, okay.
So but then I kind of have to for work.
So I've dialed up a little bit here.
I have to organise like dispatch and sometimes speak to customers and speak to service and stuff like that. I kind of have to watch what I'm saying a lot and be a bit more pronounced instead of just kind of slipping in. But like I say, on the Monday, I'm a write-off. Yeah. Because I've spoke to my brother, maybe spoke to my mother.
You've got your Scottish tongue back.
Yeah. Aye.
No,
so were you anywhere near Moffat then?
Aye, Moffat's in the Scottish borders. Moffat's maybe...
How do you know Moffat, Mark? You've been to Moffat? Moffat's one of my favourite places in Scotland.
I've been to Scotland. I've been to
Moffat's such a random sort of place to go, though.
When we were at primary school, our teacher had an old clacked out yellow minibus, and she took us on a school trip to Moffat, and it was the best holiday I've ever had. It was staying in this big manor house. We were riding 4x4s. Well, like the quad bikes.
Aye.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I don't know anything more.
I think I actually went to that place with Scottish Power on a team building thing.
Can you imagine if that was
just inside Moffat?
I mean, I don't know how many big country manor houses there are.
Is it Scotch Care Shop? I think
it rings a bell.
We've been somewhere and you're in a man shed for one night and we were in
that's what we were doing. We were camping.
We
stayed in for one night, like bunk beds. because they were like all kids. But then we'd have like expeditions where you go out and stay and
was there a kind of lake thing?
Yeah,
that's it. That's the same place I've been at.
The lake. You just brought it all back. We were stood on the lake and we were watching. I think we were watching fish or whatever. And my mate stood on the edge, and I joked to push him in. And I actually did. And he couldn't swim. I pushed him in and he went, I tell you, he went absolutely mad.
I think that's where a lot of schools in Hawick went there as a school trip. I think that's probably, I'm sure, because it wasn't far away from Hawick actually.
Yeah.
So it would have been there.
Yeah, we used to get one called Dunkeld House. It was up in Dunkeld.
What a small world.
Same place. Same way to go.
Can you imagine that if we've all been to that one?
Same holiday destination.
That's quite incredible. And I never went to it with school, but I'm sure that's the same place I went to with Scottish Power for a team building thing.
But Moffat must be such like a small little place, and it's probably not somewhere where...
Moffat's a great wee place. It's got a little boating pond in the middle and stuff like that, and the putting greens. That's a beautiful little place. Did they have? Is it Pringle used to be there as well? They used to. I can't remember if they milled it there. They used to sell it there. Yeah. But no, it's a cracking wee place. Like so.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon then, Chris? Do you think you'll ever go back and stay? Would you got to take your baby home and see Scotland, or just?
I would never say never.
Yeah.
But my life's here even
definitely
more now anyway.
So now.
I mean, like I said, I've been here nearly 8 years, and I've only had 2 times that I've thought,
yeah,
and I've had the twitch to go back. But
and they were just like blips, really.
A wee bit. I just struggled a bit. Like certainly, like I said, the only real time I struggled was at Christmas. But I got kind of dragged through there and dragged through that anyway for Paris and our family. They made sure that Christmas was extra special.
We kind of glazed over that a little bit, but I didn't want to push it too much. But I mean, I've got a few friends back home in Scotland who they're maybe not suffering from depression, but they're certainly talking about it a lot, you know. And that's probably part of the COVID. But how do you get through it here? Because I mean, is it part of like your Scots and Perth group and friends that you made for that has helped you through it and stuff as well?
My mates for the football,
mates for football always helped. They would
do nothing but nip. Like I was when I was struggling, they'd be like, "Oh, come round for your dinner."
Did you tell them how you felt as well?
I told a couple of like who had seen it as my best mates at the football, and they were always like, "Oh, come round for your dinner." Nah, I'm all right. And I was just constantly saying no, and they were like, "We've got to continue to piss you off until you start saying yes." The football was a massive thing for me. It gave us something to really put my teeth into and be the best coach I thought I could be. So,
that's good, yeah.
Or get like, I used to be sitting watching football clips. I used to watch Sky Sports for back home, Jimmy Bullard, all the little tricks he used to do.
Yeah.
And I would put them into training on a Wednesday. I'd look forward to that. And the boys were always, like I say, on a Sunday after the football, we always got together, went for a pint, always had banter and all that. And I'd sort of confide in a couple of boys from my work as well who are Aussies, which, like, I did have a lot of Aussie mates, but I had a couple of boys at work that I felt I could trust, and that I could open up to. I can remember breaking down to my old boss. He's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know."
It's a horrible thing, depression. I thought, I genuinely, as a kid, or young, not a kid, maybe in my late teens and early 20s, I genuinely thought depression was some bloody nonsense that skiving bastards wanted to get off work.
I think that's the stigma though, because no one talked about it, did they?
But see, the only people I knew that, I say I knew, right, but I sort of heard of and stuff, they were just work shy. That's what you thought. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they were actually, but that's the impression I got. And then as I got older, you realise, just like everything else, your opinions change. But you meet people who are genuinely depressed, genuinely got anxiety, and it's a horrible thing, man. It's what do you think? I mean, my wife sort of suffered from by anxiety and stuff. I don't like going out too much without her giving me some permission. But filling your day it seemed to be a really good way to help. Is that kind of what you've done with friends and they filling your day with stuff?
Kept myself busy at work. I was really lucky with work. Work actually have a scheme that they're affiliated with, like People Sense. So that's just basically for mental health. They help you in all aspects of life. Finances, mental health.
Jason Windows?
Jason Windows have got a kind of... So we get, as a member of staff, we can get a minimum of 3 appointments with him. So I went to my boss, says, "Listen, I'm struggling, I could do with speaking to somebody." This was a scheme that had been going for 6 months. a lot of people had talked about it. No, a lot of people had actually went and seen them. And they give you a phone interview to start off with, and just ask you how you're feeling, your life story. And they were like, she's like, and they were like, what kind of person would you like to speak to? I says, I'm not sure if it's possible, but having somebody that's potentially from the UK would be a massive benefit, because they would then understand the whole coming across yourself. They're like, right, no problem. So I went and I met this, I think her name was Emma, from Newcastle. She came across with her mum and dad, no friends, no family, came across at a reasonably young age, had to start again, had to start a life again, had to build friendships, had to bring a life, and she could completely understand everything that I was going through. Well, this, so you're getting celebrities talking about it, you're getting sportsmen talking about it. It's constantly, you're constantly on your social media, there's constantly something, or it be a page or a person or a group discussing it.
It's good though. I mean, hopefully it won't get saturated again with people who really don't have it or don't really want, they're just doing it for their Facebook page. We look at me, because
you'll get people like that. But
you will, but I mean, there's so it's great.
It's a good
there's so
thing,
many people
really,
can be open and talk about it. Really.
Social media, really, it's opened the world up, hasn't it? And it's made people aware of stuff that they'd never ever know about.
There's still negative shit about that.
Yeah,
there
always will be.
I think there's more positives to social media. Don't get us wrong. I think it can properly consume your life.
Yeah.
When you're like, I get that thing on my phone that comes up every week. You've spent an average of 9 hours on your phone, and I'm like, how have I managed to do that?
Yeah.
And why? Yeah. I mean, you just get consumed in your phone and on Facebook and all that. But then it's also difficult because you're across here and you want to keep.
I think that's it, mate. That's a big one for me.
If you're interested in it and you're doing good and you actually enjoy it, then it doesn't matter how much time you're spending, does it?
That's right. You're getting benefit out of it, and I mean, I think for me particularly, I like to keep in touch, see what my friends are doing back home. I've got loads of Aussie friends that are on Facebook as well, but I really enjoy watching, because you can see what your Aussie mates are doing. You have time to spend doing it with them. But back home, you can see what they're doing and see what the kids are doing and stuff like that. And it'd be great for you to keep an eye on your niece and stuff.
Aye.
Do you use a bit of social media yourself for her and stuff like that, Chris?
She's at the age where she's on Facebook and that now anyway. She's on my Facebook page, she's on my Instagram, she's on my Snapchat, so she sees absolutely everything I'm up to anyway.
It's great. I play Xbox with my godson and my niece, and it's actually my best mate's kids, but I mean they're like family as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Scott's like family, and they were only babies when I left as well. So the fact that my mate and his missus kept him and sort of, I'm still Uncle Alan and everyone else. And I'm not really their uncle, but I'm still Uncle Alan. They call me Uncle Alan. It's fantastic. And my other mate and my best man for him, his wedding as well, actually, his two boys are exactly the same. So I speak to them on maybe WhatsApp, but I play with my niece and nephew on Xbox and stuff. And it's tremendous, man. It's just absolutely brilliant.
It spun me out the last time I went home at Christmas, because I'm used to buying her toys and Barbies and little clothes and all that.
What is it now?
Makeup,
yeah.
Literally, she just wanted all this makeup. I was like, is that really all you want? It's about £100 worth on makeup, and I'm just like, oh my God, you've grew up too quick.
Yeah, it just happens though, doesn't it? From being children to being young.
But then then I've missed 8 years of growing up.
Yeah.
I have been home and that now and again, but then you only really go home for 2.5, 3 weeks at a time. So you've just missed.
I've been home. I could be. How many times have I been home? 3 or 4 times now. First time we went home for a week. Second time we went home for 4 days. Time after that, I think I went home for another week. Might be 2 weeks. Third time. I can't remember if it's been 3 or 4 times. But genuinely, I went over for my brother's. He had a meeting first. It was only a year, and I went over and it was just a week. And I didn't want to be there for that much long, because in case I got wanted to stay, right? Because I didn't feel like that when I went, to be fair, and I certainly never felt like that when I was here either. And I was happy to come back after a week, because I brought my family with me kind of here. That's what I thought. I brought Lauren and the 3 kids here, but when I went back over for my mum's funeral, I flew out on the Thursday night, got there Friday, funeral Saturday, flew back on Sunday, and I was standing at the airport, and the lady comes up and goes, excuse me, Mr. Hastings, can I have a chat with you? Okay. Yeah. So I'm just about to board the plane, literally at the door. And she said, just your sort of unusual travel behaviour, can I just see what you have? I'm like, it's a funeral. I'm like, okay. That's really, for me, that's the only time we'd be back. Funerals or weddings.
Yeah.
Or maybe births, depending, but I've not got anybody go back for births. But yeah, you're the same though, Chris. No way going back unless it's funeral or
touch wood, I'd have to go back for a funeral though.
Yeah, no, hopefully.
I mean, I went back for my best mate, but I'd always promised my best mate that if he got married,